Manchester United took the lead twice in that game, and maybe when it was 2-1, they may have thought if someone had said to them it's going to end in a draw, they might have thought 2 points dropped. But considering how the game ended and what happened yesterday with Chelsea and Liverpool, they might look back on this Friday evening at the Vitality as a massive point one.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good weekend for them on the basis of what you said. And Bournemouth isn't an easy place to go. But I think Bournemouth are on the longest unbeaten record in the Premier League right now. So I think we should give Bournemouth a little bit more respect and say that, they're a team that causes a lot of difficulties for the big teams. So, yes, United conceded 2 leads, but to come away with a point. I mean, obviously they lost at Newcastle prior to that in terms of the last away game. So maybe Michael Carrick's thinking they need to improve their away form a little bit, but the other teams are making it much easier for them in the sense that Liverpool and Chelsea and even Villa are just handing top 4 place on a plate.
Just carrying on with you, Mark, just picking up on Michael Carrick. I know you cover Manchester United week in, week out. Alison Rudd in the Sunday Times has written a piece about Michael Carrick and the current state of Manchester United and the way they play. She says, this was a grown-up performance, as all of them have been. The camaraderie is palpable. Everyone understands their role. She went on to say, United surely need to embrace the idea of solid, gradual growth. Mikel Arteta, we've spoken about him, of course, and the role he's had at Arsenal in the 6 and a bit years he's been there. He was not an overnight success at Arsenal, and if he leads the club to multiple trophies like this season, it will be a vindication of patience and faith in a former player. Because I guess Manchester United want to be careful. If Michael Carrick is the right guy, they don't want to look back and think and be accused of, well, it didn't work with Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Yeah. They have to keep these separate, don't they? Yeah,
the Solskjaer thing's a complete red herring because they're completely different characters, and Michael Carrick is totally different to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. I suppose United are working on a plan B because they have to, because I don't think it's going to happen now, but it could go wrong between now and the end of the season. I think that's unlikely. What they want, their ideal scenario is a coach who's won the Premier League or the Champions League and has got great tactical acumen. But there's nobody available like that. There really isn't. Tuchel's not available anymore. Ancelotti's not available. And beyond that, as we spoke about Man City earlier on, who is the next best thing that's available in coaching? Don't see it. So Michael Carrick ticks a lot of boxes for United. He can handle the pressure of the club, which Erik ten Hag and Ruben Amorim couldn't do. And if they went for an Andoni Areola or an Oliver Glasner, for instance, could they handle the Man United pressure? Well, Michael Carrick can, maybe not with those. So I think you're right. I think Alison's made a very good point that, Michael Carrick has more experience coming into Man United than Mikel Arteta did at Arsenal. And Arsenal have backed Arteta, so maybe he can do that with Carrick. A lot of the dirty work that needed to be done was done by Amorim in terms of getting rid of certain players. So be patient, be calm. They are making progress. I don't think it's the worst idea in the world, but I can understand why United do want to have a plan B. But what that plan B is, and whether it would be acceptable to the fans after Carrick, every time they get a result, I find it difficult to see.
Yes, that was Tony Adams and Sean Goater walking behind us. We'll be speaking to them later on this afternoon on Sky Sports News.